And you think he was as sharp as you?
I said I had not seen decline. And I hadn't. He was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw it.
On his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences is not praise.
All right.
At his first meeting with Biden for debate prep, quote, Klain was startled. He'd never seen Biden so exhausted and so out of it. Biden was unaware of what was happening in his own campaign.
Pocahontas Elizabeth Warren squirming around in her chair, trying to figure out how to answer the Joe Biden question. Everybody in the world saw that Joe Biden was clearly gone for a long time. Shouldn't have even run for president at all in 2020, but they shoved him in there because who else did they have? But now she's on this podcast, and shout out to this dude who is digging into her on this, saying, listen, don't give me that crap, Pocahontas. We all know what we saw. Joe Biden was gone.
Do you regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity? He had a sharpness to him. You said that up until July of last year.
I said what I believed to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
I said I had not seen decline. And I hadn't at that point.
You did not see any decline from 2024 Joe Biden to 2021 Joe Biden?
Not when I said that. You know, the thing is, he was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw him. Live event.
Standing.
I had meetings with him a couple of times.
Senator, on his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences is not praise.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, the question is, what are we going to do now?
Okay.
Okay, shout out to that dude. You can see his face. Where was that one face, right? That's good for him. That's like a meme. Good for that dude. Oh, no, I didn't. Senator, come on. He's as sharp as you. Hilarious. And she starts laughing. What's so funny there, Pocahontas? He's as sharp as you? What are you laughing for? What is that? No, he's not as sharp as you. He's not as sharp as anybody. And you knew it this entire time. So shout out to that guy. One more time on that one.
I said I had not seen decline. And I hadn't.
Good for him. That was great. All right, so right back to Pocahontas, and he moves on. Okay, I guess fine. I guess we'll move on. Absolutely amazing. Senator, he was standing on his feet, and that was a good indicator for you? Come on. All right, so there's more. Mays had a clip where he assembled a before and after montage from CNN. It says Caitlin Collins, a day before the Trump-Biden debate, claimed that Biden was locked in incredibly intense debate participation, according to her sources. And then things changed when the truth came out. Here's this montage over from Mays on X.
President Biden has spent days locked in intense preparation, surrounded by his closest advisors at Camp David. And our sources are telling us tonight that full mock debates are underway at the podium, under the lights. He's even watching tape to know exactly what he's going to see when he steps up to that lectern. His team shot a video during a walkthrough of the CNN studio. And as I reported while covering him at the White House, when Biden prepares, he does so incredibly intensively.
Yeah.
So just how worried were Biden aides before the former president's disastrous debate last summer? According to Ron Klain, his chief of staff, his concerns could not be overstated. At his first meeting with Biden for debate prep, quote, Klain was startled. He'd never seen Biden so exhausted and so out of it. Biden was unaware of what was happening in his own campaign. Halfway through the session, the president excused himself and went off to sit by the pool. Part about the pool, he went off, this is in the middle of debate prep, went off to the pool and he took a nap.
President Biden has spent days locked in intense preparation.
He fell asleep by the pool. Just amazing. All right, so that's Joe Biden. Now, the good news for Joe is that there are some good things happening in his world, but even Rainn Wilson, Dwight from The Office, came back out and he was giving it back to Stephanie Roulet. He says, Stephanie Roulet, listen, the media was in the tank for Joe Biden. They were covering it up. We all could see it, and you guys were playing the game.
When I see this kind of insight and passion being directed at the current administration, and the lack of this kind of insight and passion being directed at the previous administration, where, again, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about left-leaning news media organizations were kind of like, la, 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 everything's fine. Look, the environment's, look, the economy's great, la, 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 immigration's not that much of a problem. And really being Cleopatra, queen of denial. Thank you. Boom.
Queen of denial. Get it? And that's a river in Egypt. All right. So you can see that they're having a tough time trying to figure out why they got lied to. I honestly don't know how anybody could ever vote Democrat ever again based on what they did and lied about. And they said Joe Biden was a competent person for 4 years and that Kamala was amazing. You just have to be so upset with them if you're an honest Democrat. I cannot believe that our entire party, our our entire apparatus, everybody lied to you about your party and about your well-being and your future prospects. And they stole your money and your energy and your time. Yikes, must be brutal. But Joe Biden, good news for him. The Babylon Bee is reporting Biden is going to sign with a new talent agency. We saw that. He's asking for a lot of money, like 300 grand for a speech. Nobody wants to give it to him. But the Babylon Bee reports now that Joe is landing a new role. He's going to play a corpse on CSI Delaware. He's going to play a corpse. Hunter Biden's going to play a role too. Hunter Biden's going to be weeping. No, Dad, come on. Pardon me. Oh, pardon me again. No, you can't. You're dead. All right, so we're going to have a nice scene there. That should be fun. And meanwhile, lots of federal fired probationary workers who all issued their complaints. Joe Biden hired a bunch of people before he passed on the White House, and they're all getting their complaints rejected. As many as 2,000 fired federal probationary workers. They said, you can't fire us. It's illegal. They submitted their complaint, and guess what happened? Right in the shredder, where they should go. These workers are among tens of thousands caught in limbo. Thousands of workers filed complaints with the OSC saying, you can't fire us. Those are prohibited personnel practices. They said, oh, watch us. You're fired. Here you go. Watch. Listen. Here. Oh, is it here? Yeah, here's your application. Go get another job in the private sector since you're such a good civil servant. Have a nice life. So they're all gone. Complaints rejected and denied. Meanwhile, Marco Rubio is revamping the entire State Department. He said, today is the day we're doing it. Under POTUS's leadership and in my direction, we are reversing decades of bloat and bureaucracy at the State Department. These sweeping changes will empower our talented diplomats to put America and Americans first. He says, I'm announcing a comprehensive reorganization plan that is going to empower the department to rebuild from the ground up. Region-specific functions will be consolidated to increase functionality. Redundant offices will be removed. Non-statutory programs that were misaligned with America's core interests are going to cease to exist. And this new reformed State Department will help make our country great once again. From It's Rubio. And so major changes happening over at the White House, and the Democrats are still trying to figure out how they got duped so badly. Oh, they got lied to. They got exploited. And hopefully their party never forgets.